This is the modern fairy tale. A beautiful house, two daughters, a successful marriage. Shannon Watts, Chris Watts, and their girls, Bella and Cece. They were the American dream, documented in minute detail. Every holiday, every smile, every anniversary was uploaded to social media. Their life was an open book, a testament to family perfection. But like all stories lived exclusively through a lens, there was a secret hidden in the shadows. A darkness so profound, so absolute, it would shatter the image of perfection forever. Because on August 13th, 2018, the fairy tale ended. Shannon and her two daughters vanished. And the man who appeared on television, begging for his family's safe return, was a monster performing the most audacious role of his life.
This shocked me just as much as I think it shocked the rest of the world.
So now we need to talk about what actually happened.
This is the case of Chris Watts, a tragedy that proved even the most beautiful mask can hide the ugliest truth. The Watts family lived in Frederick, Colorado. For the outside world, their life was idyllic, thanks largely to Shannon's relentless documentation. She was an outspoken ambassador for her family, her health, and her marriage, often posting glowing tributes to her husband, Chris. Shannon called Chris her rock, her best friend, and the most amazing father a girl could ask for. But the marriage was decaying. Beneath the filters and the hashtags, the couple was drowning in financial debt, and their relationship was strained. They had separated before, and Chris had grown increasingly detached and cold. Unbeknownst to Shannon, Chris was already emotionally gone. He was having an affair with a coworker, Nicole Kessinger. For Chris, the perfect family, the financial pressure, and the demands of Shannon's life had become an intolerable burden.
You think it's about what size? Let's compare it to this plate.
It's about it's twice the size of that.
It's twice the size of this plate? Okay. Now it sounds crass, but did you have to kind of squeeze him in to get him down there?
No, I mean, when right, I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to like describe it, but I mean, it's just
Yeah.
like
Feet first or head first?
feet.
Okay.
He wanted out, completely. When Shannon returned from a business trip in the early hours of August 13th, she found the distance between them insurmountable. She was 4 months pregnant with their third child, a son they had already named Nico. That same morning, the perfect family disappeared. On August 13th, Shannon's friend, Nicole Atkinson, grew worried when Shannon missed a doctor's appointment. Chris was called. He acted confused, claiming he hadn't seen his wife or daughters since the morning. The police were called to the house. Chris Watts, the man who had always been quiet and unassuming, now stepped into the national spotlight. He went on television, facing the cameras, his face etched with apparent worry. He spoke to his missing family, pleading with them or anyone who had them to bring them home.
I didn't hear anything. And then when I was downstairs, I came back up and they were gone.
Chris Watts excerpt, "I just want them back. I hope they're somewhere and they're safe." It was a masterclass in deception. A man playing the role of the distraught husband. But behind the mask, something was off. He showed no genuine panic, often speaking of his missing wife and children in the past tense. He was vague, rehearsed, and emotionless. The seasoned investigators and forensic psychologists watching him knew one thing immediately: Chris Watts was lying. The police brought Watts in for questioning. The interrogation became a psychological chess match. Agents Rourke and Tomorrow knew they couldn't break him with force. They had to break the facade. They focused on the digital evidence. The neighbor's surveillance camera had captured Chris reversing his truck into the driveway unusually early that morning. His browser history showed searches for remote locations. But the key lay in his infidelity. When confronted with his affair with Nicole Kessinger, the facade began to crack. He was told that Kessinger had already talked to the police, revealing his claims that his marriage was over. His perfect second life was already ruined. Then, the agents made the final, devastating move. They brought his own father into the room to speak with him.
I don't want to protect her. What? I don't want to protect her. I don't know what else to say. She hurt him? Yeah. And then
Under the immense psychological pressure, the performance ended. Chris Watts confessed to killing Sean N., but he concocted one final monstrous lie, that Sean N. had killed the girls first, and he had killed her in a fit of rage.
Well, no, that's talking about her. Your girl. When did they leave after that for a long time? So she started hurting the kids. Paper.
A desperate attempt to cast himself as the victim of a jealous, murderous wife. The truth was infinitely worse. Chris Watts led the police to the Anadarko petroleum oil field where he worked. His pregnant wife, Sean N., was found buried in a shallow grave. The two daughters, Bella, age 4, and Celeste, age 3, were found separately. Their small bodies had been shoved into large crude oil storage tanks, known as silos. Chris Watts finally revealed the devastating sequence of events.
You think it's about what size? Let's compare it to this plate.
It's about twice the size of that.
It's twice the size of this plate. Okay. Now it sounds crass, but did you have to kind of squeeze him in to get him down there?
I mean, wasn't right. I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to like way to describe it, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
Feet first or head first?
feet.
Okay.
He had strangled Sean and during a confrontation about his affair. He then drove the bodies over an hour to the oil field. When 4-year-old Bella woke up and saw her father loading her mother's body into the truck, she asked one final, heartbreaking question. "Daddy, what are you doing to Mommy?" At the remote site, he strangled both of his innocent daughters and disposed of their bodies in the massive oil tanks. It was an act of disposal, erasing the last witnesses to his secret life. Chris Watts later pleaded guilty to all charges. He was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. The Watts murders tore a hole in the collective understanding of the monster next door. They forced us to confront the fact that domestic terror is often veiled by normality, validated by 1,000 smiling selfies. The perfect family, the perfect life, the perfect husband. It was all a mask. And when Chris Watts ripped it off, he didn't just reveal a crime. He revealed the dark, frightening reality that sometimes the person you think you know best is the one capable of the most unimaginable horror.